What's up, boys? We're back with a recap of the small account. Now, I did not make a video last week, so this video today is just going to be a review of last week's trades and all of this week's trades. We had NFP today, which was pretty straightforward. NFP, like I said in the first video that I posted about the small account, you got to know how to trade certain news events, okay? NFP is a notorious either bid all day fucking whore, or she fucking drops her panties and they keep dropping it all fucking day, okay? And not always, but I would say 8 out of 10 times, right? As long as you're paying attention to the dollar, what's the dollar doing? If the dollar's weak and gold is staying strong, then you try to get an entry to get long, okay? Everything just has to kind of make sense so you can have conviction, especially when you start to size up, okay? Right now we're in the baby stages of this small account. So first things first, last week was a bit of a tougher week for me in terms of over trading. You can see here we had a big dip in the small account last Friday. Right after hitting all-time highs, we went back to break even basically, and we'll talk about it. It was this day here just before the holiday weekend. But what do you do as a trader, as a successful trader? You just fucking learn from your mistakes, right? How were you thinking? How were you processing that day? Why did you overtrade? What were you not seeing? And I just basically reviewed everything over the weekend and came into the market this week with pure confidence that I know what I'm doing. And if I just walk away after 2 stop losses, or there's no opportunity, then it is what it is. Like this week we had one red day and it was just one trade. We stopped out. It wasn't looking like the market was going to trend, right? I believe it was a day where the London session had really drove the price up. So when the New York session came, the market was just kind of sideways because it had already gone so far overnight. Sure, they could keep pushing it, which that's what we tried to get long, and we got stopped out. Do they reverse the market? Not always. Usually if you have a strong London market, it's either consolidation or a pop, reversal down, and that's it, right? There's usually not massive continuation when you have a huge overnight push, especially if there's not a news event, okay? So that was that. We did take a withdrawal for $1,000 today. I decided to basically withdraw the $1,000 that we initially started with. And basically now it's just the house's money at this point, okay? So this week started with $1,000 on Tuesday. We're ending the week at $2,400. So we almost, 140% return. Just by getting back to basics and knowing that, hey, Will, you had one fuck up day. Don't let it happen again. Learn to control yourself and not overtrade, which I did a really good job of that today. I mean, not today, on yesterday, where I had one stop out and I said, okay, I'm not going to fucking degen, gamble, or any of that shit today. It's not working. And we have NFP tomorrow. I can make a shit ton of money on NFP. Let's just wait. And that's what we did. Okay, so enough of the rambling. Let's talk about the trades. So we're going to start from last week, August. I have notes here so we can review, but it's usually not this messy on my charts. But I just wanted to make sure that I review what I was seeing, what I was looking for. So, fucking A, this thing takes forever to load. Oh, just so you guys are aware, yes, we did do a withdrawal. See, $1,000 has been approved, so we withdrew out of the account. And then right here as well, you can see on our history, it says withdrawal today, $1,000. So that's where we stand on the account. Let's get into the trades. Kai, I'm working, okay? Go in your room. Sorry, my fucking daughter, she's just trying to bug me. Okay. So here, we tried to get long through this push, targeting these highs from the overnight and the day before, which is the all-time high. Immediately it dropped, stuffed on us. We didn't flip short right away because we wanted to see if we can get a pullback into the 5-minute 200, which we did get right there. And let me actually use this. So we got the pullback here, got short. Immediately we get a big drop into the overnight low right here. But I didn't cover, guys. You know why I didn't cover? Because I'm a fucking idiot. That's why. I should have covered at least 75% of the position, but I didn't. Okay. What ended up happening was the market ended up bouncing off of this overnight level all the way back up to stop me out for a small loss. Okay. Then I decided, okay, maybe that was just a fake out. And again, I tried to short it again, got stopped out. One more time I tried it short up here. I was playing the liquidity game, which means I was going against the overall trend at a major area of potential reversal, which was the overnight high. Just like how they reversed it off of this low, I was looking for the same thing here, right? And I got stopped out, and that's when I walked away. This day here, we ended up losing $871. Stupid. Okay, that was like 4 fucking losses in a row. Okay, should have not even been half of that amount of a loss, but it is what it is. The day after, we came back and we cleaned it up right here. So initially we got short right here as it was pushing into the 5-minute 200, which was actually a premature entry. Why am I shorting it right there? Because I think I know everything and it's going to reject up here. No, we waited. So we got in, boom, it jams up on us really hard and stops us out. Then we see it start to reject the 5-minute 200 up here. So we got short and boom, we had a huge drop right here. I don't know if you can see that, but we had a huge drop right here, and I got out. I got out for a solid, sorry guys, a solid 9 points right here. Hold on one second. It's my wife. All right, boys. Sorry about that. Where were we? Okay. So we got short on this pullback into the 5-minute 200. It dropped for 10 points like immediately once the New York session started. We got out at the whole number 2,500. Like I said in the other video, you got to pay attention to whole numbers, right? 2,000, 2,500, 2,200. Just psychological whole numbers sometimes hold value, which it did here, and it bounced, right? Why did it bounce right here? There's no liquidity sitting there. I mean, some can argue and say like, oh, there was a fair value gap, yada, yada, bullshit. But honestly, it's a whole number, guys. 2,500. And then we got short up in here, and we got a small stop out. Then we got short up in here, and we had our stop just above the high of the day right here. And then it started to really roll over. We added more size right here, and we got out of everything again at the 2,500 level. This time of the day was already 9 in the morning, which is about noon Eastern. It's about the time when volume kind of dries out on gold because now the London session is over. Okay, so on this day here with this massive win, we were able to make $791. Cool. Going on, next day. This was a choppier day. So we had news come out right at the open at 8:30 Eastern, and they dropped it right into this daily low and reversed it all the way up to the overnight high. Okay, that's why on this day here, I was trying to short it at where it potentially could pivot from and drop, right? Because that shit happens, guys. When you trade gold, you have the ability to be one of two things: a trend trader for breakouts or a reversal trader for major pivot levels within the chart. I got ran over trying to take a short here at the daily high, which made me not have the confidence to take a bounce here at this overnight low. We came up right into the 5-minute 200 and it started to reject it on this 5-minute candle. And then immediately they pushed up over it and I said, okay, I'm not a fan of flipping sides, short and then getting long, or long and then flipping short, which it's just hard. It's hard to figure out which way the market wants to go because it could easily look like a long and then end up fucking rolling over at the end of the day. Okay, and I would have been getting long up here and getting dumped on. Okay, so it's very tricky to flip sides, which we did flip sides this day here when we saw that it was rejecting. You see those wicks? It was rejecting the 5-minute 200. So I saw it do it the first time. It came back and retested it. I got long here and rode it up to this overnight high. Okay, which it ended up going a little bit further to another potential daily high, but I was like, cool, I'm good with that. Okay, so we walked away after this trade here. We ended up making $137 that day. Here's where we fucked up royally, and we were just basically trying to figure out, like, this is why I said, guys, it's hard to flip sides. It's looking like a long here at the open, right? It's looking like higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, and then potential push to all-time highs, right? That's what I was looking for. But I got long here, stopped out, tried to get long again, even though we're underneath the 5-minute 200. I put here, the dollar is rejecting daily high levels, which means if the dollar is potentially going to become weak, it should potentially help gold get some legs and strength to the upside. Not always though, guys, but the odds are in your favor if the dollar's weak and then gold is getting strong. That's even more momentum for gold, right? Same thing to the inverse. If the dollar is very strong, then that's probably momentum for gold to keep selling off if it's in a sell-off like it was today, and we'll get into it from today. So right here, I tried to get long, got stopped out again. Then I flipped short, and I put should have taken, okay. Then I flipped short right here, wrote it down to this level, this overnight level, and we had a win right here, and I think we were up like maybe $100 on the day after taking these two losses. This trade right here brought us back to break even on the day. Then I decided to get long off of this low here because I said the dollar is rejecting daily highs. We'll take a trade off Asia low on gold for a reversal to the upside, right? Off of this low here. And I got filled, and immediately it pushed up for us six or 7 points, right? And what did it do? It just rejected the 5-minute 200 and continued to sell off all day, guys. I should have fucking gotten short on this rejection up here. This is what I learned, my lesson, right? Like I said in the beginning of this video, learn from your mistakes, study them. What could you have done differently? Why were you thinking that it was going to go up when it was clearly going down, right? So here I should have taken profits here, which I should have because it was potentially going to keep rejecting the 5-minute 200, which it did. Instead, I let it come all the way down and stop me out here like a fucking idiot, okay? Then I don't know if we tried to get, fuck. Hold on, boys. Oh, fucking hey, put my phone on airplane mode. I'm getting fucking distracted. Sorry about that. All right, so again, I believe I tried to get long off of here, and I did not put the trade on here, but I do remember trying to fucking get long here, and I just got fucking rolled over, steamrolled like an idiot. So went into the weekend feeling like a complete jackass. And I can't tell you, over the last almost 10 years now, this shit happens, guys, and you have to learn to deal with it, get over it, and basically get back to what you know works and understand that mistakes will happen. It's It's just unfortunate sometimes, you know what I mean? So here we go. This was a holiday. This was Labor Day. Excuse me. And then this is when we got back to work. Okay, boys? So we ended the week of August, Friday, with a huge fucking loss like an idiot. Going into September, we took one small stop loss and then one win, which netted us about $400 to start the week. So here we can see that we got short once we rejected the 5-minute 200 right here. And we got short. Market was fucking around. And then for whatever reason, this thing popped up. And I had my stop loss just sitting above the 5-minute 200. I wanted to keep it really tight because I didn't want to take any more losses that were just too big to control, okay? And what did they do? They wicked me out, right? And that was like $100 loss right there, $150. And I was like, God damn it. So they wicked me out. And I see the candle close with a huge wick, so I get back in short right here. And I put my stop again, same area. And what do you know? The momentum comes and boom, we get the huge drop down into this day's low right here. Okay, sure, could have held longer, right? But my goal was to just get back in the winner's circle and hit, shoot for $500, shoot for $550, shoot for $600. That shit adds up over the week, guys. Like this week, right? We're back to all-time highs because we got back to work, okay? Here, we had a pretty sick long. We had news come out right here with this huge wick. This was JOLTS, the job report. And they took out this overnight high. And it wicked really hard. Now, does that mean just get short? No, because we're still trending to the upside above the 5-minute 200. Also, I saw that the dollar still had momentum to the downside. Okay, so I treat the US dollar the same way I treat gold, where I know there's areas of liquidity within the chart. So let me just show you real quick from today. So here's the dollar, right? You see how this thing tends to pull up to an area of the chart where there's liquidity and then it drops. Same thing here today. It pulled up to this high and then it dropped. These markets trade very fucking similar. If you're trading gold, you're trading the Dow Jones, if you're trading the S&P 500, you can do my strategy with pretty much every fucking commodity, even stocks, okay? But like I said, I treat the dollar just like I treat gold. I believe this was, no, I don't know. I'm not going to even try to find it because it's going to take too long, but just know that I see resistance up here. And if the dollar is getting weak and gold is starting to bid higher, then you need to be aware of that, okay? Because it could potentially reverse the market. Like this was today's trade on NFP. We had this push up into these daily highs, right? And what did they do? They dropped it. Okay, I was contemplating about getting long down in here for a potential reversal off of this low. But my better judgment said, dude, you've traded NFP for a long fucking time, and you know NFP tends to trend in the overall direction that it's headed, okay? Which we were targeting this day's low here. Did we need the whole move? No, but we did capture about 11, 12 points. I got out at the day's low here. And I was like, cool, I'm cool with that. I don't give a fuck what it does anymore. Let's take a withdrawal, let's get paid, and let's enjoy the weekend. Because last week, we went into the weekend feeling like a dumbass. Okay, now this time, we said, fuck you, gold. We're back. We're coming into the weekend feeling like a fucking champ, right? But anyways, you got to pay attention to what the dollar is doing. So I saw the dollar was continuing to stay weak this day. September 4th fuck it, let me just pull it up right here. Right here. So this was the news drop on this candle. It bounced, and I saw that we still had a daily low sitting right here. You see that, guys? We had a daily low sitting right there. We were bouncing prior to that daily low, which made me very comfortable getting long on a bounce right here off the 5-minute 200 on gold. And what do you know? An easy 9-point win, right? That day we made $520 on one trade. That's it. We were cool with that. $500 on a $1,000 account all fucking day, okay? Then we had our first loss of the week yesterday, and it was very minor, okay? So we had this ginormous push right here. Dude, this is ridiculous. We had this entire push from London session. This is 23 points overnight. What are the odds it's going to keep pushing? Not very high, guys, right? But I saw it setting up, and we'll dive into it. Let's go to the 1-minute chart. So here you can see it started to fall, but we were still above the 5-minute 200. Once we started to creep back up right here, I saw a potential flag forming right here, okay? So you can see that there was a bit of a channel right here, breaks out of it. I got long off of the pullback here over the 1-minute 200, and I was targeting a major daily high up in here, and I was right for like 2 minutes, and then boom, they dropped it on my face, and I said, okay, this thing has no more gas. They literally fucking put this car on E coming into the New York session. There's no more gas. It's just either gonna go sideways all day, or be choppy as fuck, or pretend like it's gonna push up and fall really hard. I don't want any part of that. We have NFP coming tomorrow. We can make a shit ton of money on NFP, which we did today. Okay, so that was our one baby loss there. The same person I was last week would have been like, oh fuck it, I'm gonna get short, and then oh fuck it, I'm gonna get long, or just fucking idiot. Okay, I was being an idiot last Friday, and I learned my lesson, right? Sometimes you gotta get slapped before you actually pay attention to what you are doing. Okay, it's like when your parents say, careful, the stove is hot, and you're like, oh, you don't know what that means, and you fucking touch it, and you're like, oh fuck, that is hot, and you get burned. You're not gonna fucking touch the stove again when your dad says it's hot. Right? It's the same way I parent my kids, right? They listen to me pretty good, more than their mom, unfortunately, but because dad will fucking put you in his place really quick. I'm a firm believer in being very stern but fair, right? But anyways, this is not a channel about fucking children. Here we go. We had one, we tried to get long right here. Tried to get long off the 5-minute 200 bounce, which was right here. It's easier to see on the 1 minute, because like I said, NFP tends to trend in the direction of the actual news event. It doesn't always reverse, but when it does reverse, it will trend also to the opposite side. You just got to find a way to get in, right? So I got long on this 1 minute candle bouncing off the 200, the 5-minute 200. And the next minute, boom, dropped right on me. That was a quick $200, it was like $180 loss. No, it was 210. But anyways, we just basically sat on our hands. And then we had some Fed speaker come out today, and wasn't even supposed to be a big news event, but it actually pushed the markets up like a big impulse on pretty much everything, not just gold. And I saw them pushing it right back up into this 5-minute 200. And when I saw them push it up right here, keep in mind, guys, you have to pay attention to the wicks, or the bodies, the candles themselves. How are they responding? This candle right here basically made me feel like it tried to push and it got fucking sold very hard into underneath the 200. When I saw that, I got short here and I put my stop above this candle's high. Because if it takes out this candle's high, then I'm wrong. Okay, that means that we are now going to be potentially pushing up and I don't want to be in the trade anymore. But what did it do? It fucked with me, and then finally dropped her panties and took out all of these lows here, boys. So like I said, this is where experience came into the picture for me on NFP. Because I know how these markets typically trade on major news events. They might seem very oversold or very overbought. And they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead and short me. And I'm going to squeeze you till kingdom come. They'll keep bidding that fucking thing up on certain news events, okay? So that was basically the last 2 weeks, boys. I didn't want to make this video too fucking long, but it is. So we're basically sitting at a balance of 1,447. We had our $1,000 withdrawal here. You can also see here withdrawal of $1,011. I did the extra 11 because there's fees in terms of like the exchange from Bitcoin to US dollar. So anyways, it's not really that big of a deal. So we're at 1447. This is the house's money. And all we are going to do next week is continue to do what we do best. And that's be very patient with our entries and very patient with our exits. Where does it make sense? Where should I be getting out? Where should I be getting in? Where should I know that I'm wrong? When should I stop trading for the day, right? One good trade is all we need, right? If you get 2 stop losses, then you're probably fucking going to be wrong the entire rest of the day, right? Just walk. Okay, boys? So I hope this video helps in some shape or form. I know a lot of people do like these recaps and reviews and stuff like that, but I try to really go into depth onto what it was I was looking at and what I saw and why I did what I did with full transparency, right? We had a lot of trades, but a lot of them were just, they were just like small losses, and then you take partials along the way of different, you're halfway to your target, takes them off, you're at your target, the whole thing comes off. We talked about that last week, so I'm not going to dive into it too much. We made $1,500 this week. I'll fucking take it, boys. All right, so later. Peace.